Ecomundo 2012, we cannot help talking of waste, already is connected with it, and so is managing from the point of view of cities and their inhabitants, but also by great companies specialized in it. Specifically, you are managing director of two consortiums that are taking responsibility of handling the production of waste already recycled and undifferentiated, or will be clear in a minute when you will talk to us about it. It's a public service given to companies but also to families, specific.
Yes, the service is given by two local consortiums, the Consortium Treviso Tre and the Consortium Priula, located in the province of Treviso, counting 49 villages and 417,000 inhabitants, whose service is given, but also 23,000 non-domestic users such as companies, public offices, stores, and so on. And is given in a special way, commissioned by the mayors of the two consortiums. Public rural companies offers it with a domestic separate refuse collection. In Italy we have several kinds of domestic separate refuse collections, but this one is peculiar, because we have to add a tax based on the quantity of waste produced to the normal collection of glass, plastic, compost heaps disposed in their own garbage cans. That's our peculiarity, that we are well known all over Italy because we have been studying for 10, 12 years with the so-called accurate tariff. That means based on how much waste has been produced by each of those users, such as families or non-domestic users. So, the more a user produces an undifferentiated waste that is less than the ones that can be separated, the more he pays. Users have perfectly understood the method. In fact, the two consortiums compete for first and second place in a separate waste collection in Italy, with a percentage of 83 about, as reported in the last statistic of September 2012, and with competitive tariffs. Families pay for €150 plus VAT per year, with a 30% off in price compared to the medium Italy tariff, especially in Veneto, in North Italy. That means €240 plus VAT per year. So it is a service suitable for families, environment, for the economy in general, because even though it requires more people than expected for collection, it will allow us to save the costs for disposal, giving at the same time earnings on selling of those materials, and then consequently a reduction in tariffs for users.
Well, starting for 2013, the law is going to change, so consequently something is going to change for you too. That law will regulate the tariffs on waste. The old TARSU will change name, and then there will be an additional cost on waste. So, what are the actual changes for families and for the company?
Something will change, but not for the procedure in itself, because it's the same law. We are talking of Article 14 regulated tariffs. That does not change our system, because the same subject that pay the tax based on the waste that he has produced will be protected by the law. Briefly, it reports that the system will change completely for everyone, save for continuing to apply a tax based on the quantity of waste produced, whereas that procedure has been carried on. So we will carry on our activities in the same way as before, that because it is peculiar in itself. That will be an additional tax to be paid, but not for the waste produced. It will be a way to make cities earn in terms of services such as electric light, handling, financial holdings, and so on. That will be collected in addition to waste tax. That amount doesn't be held by us, but it will be distributed to small cities in order to make them face further reductions that will occur on transfers from the government to the cities. Those are taxes that will be collected in addition to the normal waste tax. Let's try to remember that some comprised in waste tax had already been collected in the past, which was not connected with managing and handling a waste cycle. We are talking of the so-called province duty, which has been collected by us, but then distributed to provinces' governments. In the future, there will be a tax collected by us and then distributed to cities' governments for other services that will not be concerned with managing and handling of waste. On the inhabitant's point of view, it is another tax that is not connected with waste, but that will avoid any additional cost in invoicing waste taxes.